Let me get one of them slow motion pictures, bro. One of them slow motion pictures.
You gotta shoot at 60 frames per second.
Come on, that.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it coast. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army, going up like a rocket, and can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like that, man, you cut up. It's nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Keep on stopping, got this bitch off the hand, got the juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, it's assault. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it coast. Hey. One way, one way, one way, one way, one way. Coming up on my I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settle and see you locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside when soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause there's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum. Got you fuckers scared some. Get the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black Glock, red drum, black and yellow air ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. They was doing a lot of talking. Now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit. Lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third. Lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all stepping. Kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, but you doing life. These hands are rude GPS. A mean right. That's mean right. We build different, you know the vibes. And we something authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a kind. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoke until we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it coast. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit.
West till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I be One West to the death till they bury me. One West till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy, it get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends, or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he a domino. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical, guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since. All the dominance of one West rising to prominent. Cause I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got Groupons for Uber. Rhymes hard like they been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by in black Impalas, let the semi holler. A showstopper, been as proper since the teeny bopper. But now I'm going, I'm off Patron, a premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modify the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's working mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when the heat's on, none of them can get to the fire around with me. And I had a nigga spin like a tire, down the D, and I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel to igniter, I'm winning, coming through with the title because U.P.K. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me.
Yeah, on 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man, busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and they head with that shit.
Friday, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I get it, nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, I'm too solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real. I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga, watch yourself. They say you been in beast mode lately, you is not yourself. When you dropping that
You ain't no Israelite, but you a gospelite, bitch.
Fuck you talking about?
If that nigga want war, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK, shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm bout it. UPK too solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. Ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All they hoes wanna take my piece. All they nigga wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walking around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Should've took the time, get a damn no. But I see the shawty and I show her. She could never get a priest hoe. You a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with a fake ass jewelry. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. Yeah, that sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bit muggin'. I say, if that nigga want war, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK too solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't nothing to me. Bass up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, the clip run like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you squirm off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UPK play for keys, nigga. Commander General get a damn order, but ain't nothing me to damn kill you. I was stalking his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close comeback. Nigga got popped off for a neck. If that nigga want war, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch.
Christ said 7 women gonna be on one nigga in the end time. Nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy. I'm stressed by that damn hoe ass bitch. Fake ass nigga too. Dumb ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
Backstage.
Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rapper, busy man, shit, nigga. They take their head over, nigga.
I read what Eve did to Adam. I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps and I can't let no hoe to lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying. This shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert. Another cop just stretch the nigga. He a demon, it's an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening. Is it fact if revenge was a woman, now I scope that bitch like Jack. So Tower War, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it Young Baby. How you real trigger know them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit light work. It ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that fight first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain frame. Shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never break right their hand and feet, you will never get that hand back. Bitch about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow sign, yeah, this the rim McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
I just wanna see my enemies fall. Yeah.
Hey, look, I just wanna bow. So my niggas stand tall, cause we about to go and get it out. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Look at them 20s while they crawl. I've been praying that my enemies fall. Nigga, I just wanna bow. And I hope you bow too. And that be why I gotta keep it true. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Just give me what I'm due. Let my enemies see the living proof, Lord. I just wanna bow. Trying to build my own city, homie. Enough room to put my niggas on it. Then start a couple business on it. Fuck any heathen never shitted on me. Yeah. Public housing we done lived through. Trying to put that in my rear view. Gold rolls, what I still do. I can see the picture with a clear view. Gotta separate the snakes. And all you fuck niggas that's gon' hate. Daily pray to God don't catch another case. But that's a small risk that I feel I gotta take. Only certain niggas, they gon' feel this. Still deliver verses on that real shit. If I get a couple million, I'ma bust this shit down with these children. I just wanna bow. So my niggas stand tall, cause we about to go and get it out. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Look at them 20s while they crawl. I've been praying that my enemies fall. Nigga, I just wanna bow. And I hope you bow too. And that be why I gotta keep it true. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Just give me what I'm due. Let my enemies see the living proof, Lord. I just wanna bow. Don't get up out of bounds, homie. Got killers with them rounds on them. Look like I'm dead from the drum. Look, don't make me make the reaper rain down on them. I can give a fuck if you rock blue. And I was Sue Woo from the Fruit Town crew. Cops still shoot us every time we move. They hate you, nigga, like they hate me too. Just know that brotherhood is a weapon. Build another zone, get protected. Too many sisters in the city been molested. Now I'm stacking soldiers off the block like it's Tetris. Woo. Know that truth, it give you chills, don't it? Steady ringing in your ears, won't it? If I'm blessed to make a meal, I'ma bust that shit down with my real homies. I just wanna bow. So my niggas stand tall, cause we about to go and get it out. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Look at them 20s while they crawl. I've been praying that my enemies fall. Nigga, I just wanna bow. And I hope you bow too. And that be why I gotta keep it true. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Just give me what I'm due. Let my enemies see the living proof, Lord. I just wanna bow.
Yeah. To all them children.
All right, we're gonna clap it up. All right, Shalom, Israel. Y'all Bashem, y'all Shah Baratah to the bros. And Shalom, y'all Shamar Elthah Bashem, y'all Shah to the sisters. This is preaching also a 50 of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started at 1 West 125th Street, Hall, New York, under Commanding General Yahanna. I'm here to hold down until Officer 500 Gashawn gets here. And we're going to tell you our itinerary. Monday, today, the history class. The history class is going to be about Freemen towns. Towns that, we used to have for our own. Tuesday gonna be the Brotherhood class for 7 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wednesday is gonna be the law class. Thursday is gonna be the scripture breakdown class with 12 Shell Jeremiah Hyman. And Friday, we're gonna have Lashawan Kadash class, the Hebrew language, our forgotten language. And on the Sabbath, that means Saturday, we're gonna have Sabbath service. It's gonna be from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. With that, young man Abashar, ready to read?
Come, sir.
Okay, so give me Deuteronomy 28 and give me Deuteronomy 28 and 1. It was I'm explaining we were talking about we had our own cities, our own businesses. We had to rely on a so-called oppressors or other nations. We didn't have to go to the gas stations and buy gas and food from the East Indians.
Right.
No, we ain't had to buy any fast food joint. You want to buy some wings or whatnot. We ain't had to buy from some Asians or some Arabs. You know what I'm saying? We're the Lord chose people. We do it the best anyway,
That's
so
right.
we don't need to go to them.
Right.
They'll be getting down to the day. Give you Deuteronomy 28 and 1.
Come, sir. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
See, the Lord had chose us, blacks and Spanish and Native Americans, to rule this earth, to have rulership.
Right.
Why we failed because we didn't listen from the Most High to pass down the law, statute, commandments to Moses. Hearken, that means to listen.
That's right.
Because we want to do our own thing. We want to serve our own gods. You want to serve some rock. You know what I'm saying? You want to serve some cow. So say you want to serve some like little fat little baby with 8 arms with some dreads in his head. Wearing dreads. Now you want to celebrate a new God. I don't know. I'm just tell you the LGBT. I don't know. Caesar boys here is same God. Caesar boys here. He was known for sleeping with other men and stuff like that. So we gotta follow the God that what I'm saying. The Lord had told us throughout Revelation 1. You know what I'm saying? The man with woolly hair. That man looked like us.
Right.
That man that talked like us. But you want to go to the Christian church, start singing hallelujah, you think your problem's gonna be solved. Your Christian pastor ain't gonna tell you what I'm telling you right now. That's why I wouldn't have no more free towns. You had to pay higher rent and sleeping in a tent somewhere, downtown somewhere. Or just be outside, you know what I'm saying, with no money, no clothes, being hungry and thirst. Okay, drop that, get me down to 15, Deuteronomy 28 and 15.
Come. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
See, we're the only nation of people who wants to get along with other nations, and we suffer with the curses. Now we have child support. That's a curse. And you think you have a Section 8 and food stamps. Y'all thinking that you get benefits off that. But in reality, you have to take the fathers out of the homes. That way you have a lot of fathers home. You can't build a nation like that. You don't get build a nation with man, woman, and children. not two men sleep with each other, or not two women sleep with each other, or no kids born with genitals, saying that he's a girl, and you have girls who have born with vagina and stuff like that. Gonna be a fairy, be a cat, gonna be some animal thing that can bark, they can meow, and they can crawl on all four legs and run. That the curse that overcome was blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. In our communities, it'll never be, you know what I'm saying, known or heard of. They don't care. They be like, okay, what else? Let's go to that store and buy them blunts. As long as you go to our supermarkets and get 10-piece wings with some fried rice. Long as that as long as you can work out a job, long you work oppressive jobs, clock in, you may have to work 2 or 3 jobs just to make ends meet. You lose one paycheck for being kicked down the streets.
Right.
That's the curses. You know what I'm saying, that we're experiencing right now in this time, Israel, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians.
That's right.
Okay, verse 16.
Khan. Verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
The curse. You know what I'm saying? You could be in the city, you can be living good, you can have that PhDs. You know what I'm saying? You can have your majors or something. You may have your bachelors. Guess what? You get pulled over. It don't matter if you're a black, Hispanic, Native American Indian. You are oppressors. You know what I'm saying? Police all pull over. We'll get shot. We'll get hog tied in the car.
Right.
Sure, we'll get more time. You know what I'm saying? Than the other nation of people. We get 3 times the more time.
That's right.
Our other nation of people. Same thing if you broke. You can get the same curses. Okay, give me 17.
Khan. Verse 17. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
The curse shall be a basket in the store. You know what I'm saying? Any store you go to, you get shortchanged. You know what I'm saying? You might get beat up. Even though you might go to some hair salon, they might accuse you of stealing. You still gonna get beat up. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. So, you ready? Okay. And with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to Precinct Officer 500 Kashawn.
Shalom, Israel. I'm pretty
Yahanna. Yahanna.
Oh, Yahanna. What's going on, Abishai?
I'm Tawab, sir. How about yourself?
I'm Tawab, Bach. I'm Tawab.
Khan.
Run a little bit behind schedule. You know. But
you Tawab.
Most High and cry for being here.
Khan.
Who else we got on the water? Who else we got on the conference call? This young man Abishai? No, he's on StreamYard, right?
Khan.
All right. Got anybody on the conference call? Oh, we on the conference call.
Romero Williams on Facebook.
Romero Wilson?
Williams. Y'all will die on Facebook.
Can you give me another? No, I got it. Williams. Die. Yabashim Yahshua Barakathon. Also Yahweh die. Ramiro. That's all? All right, Most High in Christ.
Young man Ryan.
Young man Ryan. Yabashim Yahshua Barakathon. Young man Ryan.
Ryan.
Once again, it's Pre-Officer 500 Gashan, and this is the I.S.U.P.K Monday history class. And they already gave our itinerary out what we do, right? Well, if they haven't, Monday is history class. Tuesday is the I.S.U.P.K Brotherhood class from 7 to 9, and Wednesday is the I.S.U.P.K law class where we break down the laws of the Bible from 7 to 9. And Thursday is scripture breakdown class with General Muhammad, and from 7 to 9. And Friday is the Lashwan Quadash, is the Hebrew, the holy tongue. We teach God chosen people, and it's also from 7 to 9 o'clock. And with this being history, we'll be discussing a little bit about Georgia history. We'll be going in talking about some of the Freemen towns, some of the black Freemen towns that pretty much been forgotten. Some new to me because I had never heard of them, but I thought it'd be a kind of interesting topic to bring up and talk about, and kind of go into what we what in these black towns, these that were Freemen towns, what we represented as a people living in those towns, getting these towns, because we know back in the 1800s, when so-called slavery right before slavery was so-called being abolished, according to our oppressor, they had things called like land lotteries. Land lottery was abundance. I mean, thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of acres of land and stuff that our colonizing oppressors had seeded from the Cherokee nations and stuff like that. And what they did, they would give these land lotteries, these grants to settlers for them to come in and do farming, agriculture, horticulture, and a lot of other things. You know what I'm saying? And what they would do is, like, it gave them a mega boost, for them coming over here, setting up, getting themselves well established during this era, of slavery, of our captivity. And with that being said, we, after they took so much land and stuff like that, we didn't have all the opportunities and stuff that our oppressor had, because you got to think about things like the Trail of Tears and stuff. A lot of us were forced from, South Georgia, Central Georgia, and stuff like that, and abroad, on up through Alabama, Tennessee, all the way out to Oklahoma through the Trail of Tears and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We were forced off our lands and stuff like that. And in this class, we'll discuss a little bit about gentrification and redistricting and things of that nature, these tactics and stuff that our oppressor used to pretty much further oppress us, and control borders and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? When they were doing the things that they were doing, And one of the towns we first want to talk about is a town called Jodytown. Jodytown was a town right out in Warner Robins, right outside of Macon, Bibb County. And Jodytown was a town that pretty much got started back around about the 1940 era. You know what I'm saying? we're gonna fast forward from 1800s up to 1940 because I'm gonna stay around this area because a lot of our grandparents and some of our moms, depending on how old you are, some of your mom, dads, and some of us, our grandparents were around this area and stuff, and around this era and stuff like that. And maybe these towns and stuff you could bring up and ask them more about it. See what they remember about it. But I did a little bit of research on a few of these towns. We probably, with the time we have, we probably go over about 3, no more than 4 of these about forgotten towns. These Freemen towns, these towns where there were like little small town cities within city borders. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like how could I put it? These towns wasn't really registered. If you understand what I'm saying, they were like when black families and stuff came together, they put their money together to buy large lump sums of land and pretty much create their own little towns and stuff. Because we're talking in a period when there was still a lot of segregation and stuff like that, going on. And let's see here.
So, Salakia Adawan.
Go ahead.
You're right. You know how, if I may, you know how we, today you might buy a parcel of land from a white developer, and your land may only be, you know what I'm saying, just enough to put, your house, a little small house, and and a little swing set in a little backyard. But like you bringing out, we was buying, acres of land, and we would divide it up ourselves. So everybody, had a decent amount of their own lot. So I yield.
Yeah, con. That's what we doing, and believe it or not, we had a more a better frame of mind about doing it. We were being oppressed so much that we had a better frame of mind about sticking together, buying huge acres of land and making our own town. Because like this town I'm finna talk about now, Jody Town, is wild about how how it was established and how it was set up and under the circumstances that it actually was. I'm gonna get into it. A little small history of this town. The Jody Town community grew from the need for housing for colored black civilian employees at Warner Robins Air Force Base during the segregation era. Military bases constructed as part of the war effort for World War II brought regional economic advances and the shift from agriculture to industrialism. So what they were doing down here in Warner Robins was, they when they built this Air Force base up and stuff like that, it a lot of people had never been down there before, but this place during World War II, this was not too long after the Great Depression. You know what I'm saying? We had already had one Great War, but after the Great Depression and stuff, soon after it came right along with World War II. You know what I'm saying? When we were at war, you know what I'm saying, with Axis, and Axis is pretty much what the BRICS nation is now. You know what I'm saying? It's funny how history kind of repeats itself. Axis with like the German, Italy, and Japan alliance. You know what I'm saying? And we had what we call the Allied powers, which was Great Britain, the United States, and the Soviet Union. You know what I'm saying? So the role that we played in these times, they were really they really didn't trust us a whole lot, you know, to be honest with you, you know, because you know, it was like I think it was like only only 6% of the military at this time, you know, was black people. You know, they really didn't trust training us up, putting guns in our hands and stuff like that. You know, it was a little different from the 1900s compared to the 1800s and stuff. When you know we were joining our oppressors and stuff, fighting that, helping them fight their military battles and things. You know, we were going through a lot here. You know, after the Great Depression and stuff like that. But with Negroes having the spirit that they had, you know, we were able to establish things, you know, no different like Tulsa, Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? You know, you put us in a corner and stuff. If you could just, if our oppressor just can leave us alone, and he just stay the hell out of our business, leave us the hell alone, we be too wild. You know what I'm saying? We could really build. We could really make things happen. But our oppressor being the the jealous vagabond that he is, you know what I'm saying? He feel like that. He feel like he cannot afford to stay out of our business. Stay out of our business, even though he pretty much took over every damn thing. So our job pretty much at the Air Force base at this time, we were helping with things like the upkeeping of the Air Force base and stuff, and help building this place up, helping it expand and things like that, because we were such a good help. And therefore this they built this community, and it's a community called Jody Town. So let's get back into it. Like I said, it brought, and you know, during the efforts of World War II, it brought regional and economic advancements and the shift from agriculture to industrialism. There was a lot of industrial jobs and stuff were coming about in this era and stuff like that, and they was constantly building, constantly expanding, all the way up to Macon. A lot of industrial warehousing and stuff were coming up. And it says black workers from throughout the Southeast purchased affordable housing in Jodytown, which may have received its name from an African American blues character, Joe D. Grinder, and the military cadence it inspired. Back then they had this old military cadence talking about how did it go? You better get home for Jody to leave with your woman. It was the old military cadence and stuff, and they used that military cadence to really come up with the name of this town, because like I said, it was right there at the Air Force base, you know. And a lot of the civilian stuff, black civilian stuff, they used to walk across the way to go pretty much go to work. You know what I'm saying? And Jodytown became the cultural hub for residents and black military personnel, with churches. I mean, they built churches, they built all kind of businesses, other organizations, and even formed recreational leagues and teams and stuff like that. And the Warner Robin Jets was a team, like a semi-pro type baseball team that they came up through the Negro, you know, some Negro League type stuff. And from history, you know, from what I read on them, there was a badass team. You know what I'm saying? They played the hell out some ball, you know, and they played there at the Memorial Park. In the 1970s, urban renewal efforts led to the relocation of residents and demolition of the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? That's where your gentrification and things like that, tactics that your oppressor was using, it came into play, because you know, we were I mean, black people, we were doing so good. You know what I'm saying? We were doing so good at this time that they, like I said, our oppressor was very jealous. We helped him build that Air Force base up to a wonderful base for him. For him, it wasn't ours. We worked that and did it for him. And once we got it built up to his liking, you know, hey, yeah, he forced us out of there. You know, same way no different from how he forced the natives off their land during the Creek Indian Wars and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? There was our neighborhood land and stuff that we had bought and purchased on our own. You know, they pretty much used eminent domain. You know what I'm saying? These were laws and stuff that were put forth for our oppressor just to forcefully just move us out of neighborhoods and stuff that we were thriving in, that he felt like he could do something else with. You know what I'm saying? He would pretty much just force us off the land. You know what I'm saying? You know, once we got established well, you know, and I'm gonna read hold on one second. Let's see, let me find it right quick. That's not it. But yeah, that's what they did. You know, they used the people in that community to help that place thrive. Our oppressor is always using us. He's always using us. I mean, he did the same thing in Egypt. You know, the Egyptian, our Egyptian oppressors, you know what I'm saying? Our Hamite oppressors, all of them had the same tactics. Our these Caucasian, I'm trying to be selective with the language. I can't talk like I want to talk. Well, I'm trying to keep it clean. You know, our Caucasian oppressor, he used the same Egyptian slave tactics that, you know, our Egyptian and Ethiopian slave masters use with us. They always use God chosen people to build, you know what I'm saying? To build their systems up, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And it was, you know, it's just mind baffling that a lot of time that we think that we could, you know, join his system and improve it. You know what I'm saying? We only improve it for him. You know, it can't be made better for us.
Right.
And but yeah, Jody Town was you know, was very, and it's still there now. They want to try to you know, you hear some of the watching videos and stuff of it, you hear some of the residents and stuff, like they would want it to still be like restored, a place where their youth would come back and visit and try to keep up and, you know, and whatnot. But, you know, after the oppressor did what it did, the place is like it almost have no value to us now. You know what I'm saying? Because like one was such a great town that we actually built ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Once it was stripped from us, you know, you lose, like anything else, you lose interest. You lose interest in it. And you know what I'm saying? And that's what it seems like that a lot of our youth is experiencing with a lot of these forgotten Freemen towns and stuff like that. You know, our oppressor, he really damaged us. He really damaged us. Let me see. There was another article on that. I want to see could I find to talk about more of the people that was in that community. Hold on one second. Cut that off. It was the yeah, and it's crazy that, you know, they destroyed a place so nice. You know, they go to show you that our oppressor, you You know, he got to have it. He got to have his foot. He got to have his foot, his nose. He got to have it in everything. You know what I'm saying? And you know, in the 1970s, how he just destroyed that town, man. You know, destroyed that town. When he could have just stayed separate. That's something he didn't want to do. You know what I'm saying? He hate to see us thrive. And I'm gonna read a short article of a woman was from there that was that talked about her experience there. You know what I'm saying? And it says a Warner Robins woman remembers the hot Georgia summers in the Jodytown community, a thriving neighborhood in Warner Robins created by the black workers who helped build the Robins Air Force Base. Sherilyn Johnson Granville recalls going to the ice cream shops and the owner reaching his whole arm down in the bucket to get her a perfect scoop of ice cream. And she remembers going to her Girl Scout troop leader to learn how to bake cookies and sew. Jodytown was more than a neighborhood. It was a community. We had businesses, we had churches, we had organizations, we had entertainment. Of course, we had this park, Memorial Park, so it was just a hub, a life of military men who came across the Southeast to come lay the foundation for the Robins Air Force Base. You know what I'm saying? That ungrateful dog. Your oppressor is one ungrateful beast. You know what I'm saying? You would think that he would have, if he had any type of righteous spirit about himself. And somebody, the old saying is don't bite the hand that feeds you. That oppressor, he doesn't give a damn. He doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't care that we went through those lengths and through those hardships during an era where it was so segregated to build him up something's great. You know what I'm saying? And he just didn't have the mindset. Look, we're gonna keep this over here going for these people. You know what I'm saying? These black people, they done this. Let's lead them this. Make sure they protected it. That was too much like right. That was too much like right. So he found it was best for him just to go ahead and destroy the place. You know what I'm saying? And just make everybody, all the residents there, just relocate. You know what I'm saying? That was his mindset of the ordeal. That's why I like the scripture said. We shouldn't. Let me see what was that. You right? All right. What? Okay. But like the scripture said, we shouldn't be trying to seek peace. You know what I'm saying? With our oppressors and stuff like that. Salaki.
No, Salaki, sir, I agree. And if I may, Adawan, so what you're reading, what you're bringing out is so heavy. So you're saying that as long as the oppressor needed us to build his airport, we were allowed to enjoy our community. But the minute that he didn't need our hard labor anymore, then he comes in and destroy our community, right? And dismantle everything, huh?
Right. Soon it got to the point of it, he didn't need us no more. He pretty much cast us to the wayside. Didn't hardly do anything with the land. You know what I'm saying? Because we had established so well. You know what I'm saying? He put a few more businesses and stuff around there, but the way that we had it thriving and the comfort zone that we made it, because they end up, I wish I could find it. They end up putting like dormitories over there in Jodytown. That how you go to the university and stuff, you see all like the dormitories and stuff like that. So they had portable dormitory that they moved over there in Jodytown. So when you had troops and stuff coming in and stuff to the Air Force Base and stuff, to stay and the rest and to live and things of that nature, they you know, the people in the community even had the mindset, you know, to go show you how wrong way of thinking that we are, how we try to get so comfortable that, you know, all of us sit there and try to eat together. Because like a lot of people in that community, you go to this place and eat. They used to pretty much eat together and stuff. With the civilians used to eat with the troops. You get what I'm saying? To the military servicemen and stuff come on out. So there's a lot of intermingling and stuff like that going on at the time, you know. And
So but they were still eating separate. I mean, they would mean they'd be in the same building, but they would be on separate. They would be
right,
on separate spots.
right. But they still put them that close together to try to make them gain some type of comfortability about being around each other and that nature and stuff like that. But the whole time still segregated. They didn't want them there. They just had to be there on the base. You get what I'm saying?
Come.
Sloppy, but it's like, yeah, you know, we showing you that we like you people, but yet you still set. But you know, when you know, just keep it separated.
Right.
You know, you're close enough. You know, hey. No, but at the same time, you know, the state still had this Jim Crow laws going on.
Yeah. And see, the oppressor, he wasn't, and the crazy thing about it, you know, he wasn't just like, he was like that with everybody. He was like that with everybody. He wasn't just like that with the Negro, but he was like that with, you know, with the Japanese and Chinese and stuff. Because you got to remember, America was like a cornucopia. They America welcome all religion, all nations and stuff. So during the wartime, the same people they were fighting with, they would welcome the same people to come over here and live in America. The Germans, the Japanese, the Chinese, everybody was still living over. Everybody was over here in the 40s. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So America was, you know, they were like a paranoid opiate addict. You know what I'm saying? They stayed paranoid because they were always worried about spies. They worried about the Negro more than anything, but they just felt like they had so many other people and stuff to worry about. And I'm gonna read a short article about the limits of America idea to kind of give you like a kind of a notion of what I'm saying, how America was. You know what I'm saying? And it says, either one article right here is it said during the war, the U.S. government worked hard to explain to its citizens the reason for their sacrifices. In 1941, you know, Roosevelt had pledged America to defend 4 essential human freedoms: freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom from want, and freedom from fear. And government-sponsored films contrasted democracy and totalitarianism, freedom and fascism, equality and oppression. So it's telling you that the government during this time, like I say, Jodytown was, you know, started up in like 1940, you know. And the government would sponsor films and stuff to promote, you know, all these different things because, you know, after the Great Depression, you know, the TV hadn't came up. Everybody didn't have a TV, but, you know, a lot of them, you know, a lot of our oppressors and stuff had television. And if you were, you know, a wealthy enough black family, you know, you might have had one or had access to, you know, get one, you know, or so know somebody that had one, you know, and they sponsored film contrasting democracy and totalitarianism, get tongue tied, freedom and fascism, equality and oppression. They're just like the movie, what was that? The damn movie they promoted so hard with the damn Klan and stuff like that, the birth of a nation and stuff like that. See, a lot of that stuff, a lot of these movies and stuff that was showing and stuff, the government was sponsoring a lot of these films and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was pretty like the saying go. They was telling their vision. Television, they were telling their vision, and they kept telling their vision about how they military were. You know, hell, we were coming. You know, World War II. Hell, we were coming back home, still getting hung and riddled with bullets and stuff. You know what I'm saying? We would get lynched for trees. You know, go ahead.
You know, that's because we were done. They were done using us. They didn't need us no more. So we came home. It was like, shit. Hey, these niggas, hell, the war's over with. Like, you know, what good are these niggas to us now?
Yeah, it was just more fun, just more lust that they want to fulfill. You know, they wanted us to help fight. They knew they couldn't do it on their own.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, they hated it. The same people that was help building them up, you know, building up their bases, the same way we help build up their courthouses and, you know, neighborhoods and plantations and things like that. They always have used us to build up their stuff, but at the same time hating the hell out of us and don't mind lynching the best workers. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But see, we got to realize even back then, like you said, the government was sponsoring films like Birth of a Nation. They even in the movies, even back then, they're showing you and letting you know how they actually feel about us.
Right.
Because sorry.
Go ahead.
Because even in that movie, what is that? Blood and Bone, Flesh and Bone with Michael Jai White.
Yeah.
The martial arts movie.
Come on.
I remember the part where the brother, he was talking to the Edomite, and he was like, "You people really think you're not good enough to sit at our table? Like, you know, you entertain us. That's all you do. Mm-hmm. But you're never gonna sit. You're not gonna sit at our table. We don't want you at our table."
Yep.
Even today they still telling you that.
Yep. And it's crazy because, you know, I had the same conversation with my mom. You know, we were talking about King and you know, I was trying to tell her how bad integration was. You know, we should have been listening to our oppressor about segregation. But you know how they can make you fight for something so bad for so long.
Right.
You know, until you want something that you shouldn't have. You know, that's how he did with integration. You know what I'm saying? We fought so hard for integration when we should have stayed segregated. You know what I'm saying? It's just like prime example. You remember back in the day when 2 Live Crew came out? Right. It was banned in so many states and stuff. They didn't want it to be sold. You know, they put all kind of restrictions on it. And we fought for years and years and years for freedom of speech. You know, to them, hell, that's just like a damn Rasta RA or something. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You invest in it, you create something or some content or something like that. You just let it sit and it just building up value. It restricted, you know what I'm saying? And it just building up value until 10, 13, 15 years, 20 years down the road, you finally make it legal. You know what I'm saying? He used reverse psychology like that. He a devil, he a deceiver. And he used reverse psychology in that manner. And it says, despite such confident proclamation as America fought the totalitarian regimes of the Axis power, the nation confronted questions with no easy answers. What limits on civil liberties were justified in the interest of national security? That's what I'm saying. You know, you got all these nations over here in America. You don't open up America to all these nations. Hell, you fighting some of these countries that these people from.
Right.
So you worry about the damn security and you worry about security stuff. You know, because America really want all these nations over here to help them oppress us. They need much help as possible. You know, in the scripture ain't never lied about every nation on this earth is confederate against thee. All of them is. You know what I'm saying? So America welcome all the help over here, not even worrying about themselves. You know, I mean they worried, but they worried about themselves, but they more worried about us, the Negro, God chosen people. You know, and it says, how freely could information flow to the nation's citizens without revealing military secrets to the enemy and costing American lives?
Right.
How could the United States protect itself against the threat of spies or saboteurs, especially from German, Italian, and Japanese citizens living in the United States? Like I say, America is worried about all these different nations of people that they fight against, but they got over here living over here in the States. Mm-hmm. And it says, and what about America's ongoing domestic problem? You know, ongoing domestic problem. They talking about these Creeks. They talking about these natives and stuff, and these niggas and stuff over here that came across the transatlantic slave trade. The problem, particularly the problem of race. Could the nation address its own citizens' demands for reform as it fought the war against the Axis? The answer to the question often revealed tension between the nation's democratic ideals and its wartime practices, because we knew what they were practicing during war. Like you say, we were fighting the enemy, and they were fighting. They were still killing our ass when we came back. You know what I'm saying? They did not care, you know. Right. And it says American leaders embraced a strategy of truth, declaring that the citizens of a democratic nation require a truthful accounting of the war's progress. However, the government closely controlled information about military matters. Censorship was serious business, as even seemingly unimportant details might tip off enemies about troop movements or invasion plans. Government created propaganda sometimes dehumanized the enemy. Nonetheless, the American government resorted to hate mongering much less frequently than during the First World War. And hold on one second. In March 1942, Roosevelt ordered that all the 112,000 foreign-born Japanese and Japanese America living in California, Oregon, and the state of Washington, the vast majority of the mainland population, he removed from the West Coast to relocation centers for the duration of the war, while individual German and Italian nationals were interned because of specific charges against them. That was not the case here. There were no individual charges. Japanese and Japanese Americans were imprisoned as a group under suspicion solely because they were of Japanese descent. You know, like I said, America make enemies. When I say America, I'm talking about these Caucasian people, the ones who pretty much run this country. They have made enemies with every nation on the face of this earth. How can you have a relationship like that and expect to stay in power? How can you have a toxic relationship with every nation on the earth like that and expect to stay in power, as if ain't nobody gonna get tired of your mess? You know what I'm saying? Number one reason why this earth is crumbling right now, because they made so many enemies across the plane, and you cherry picking, you giving certain people benefits and stuff like that, and when you're not investing nothing, you're not helping none of the people who help you build. You're not helping none of the people to help you build. Go ahead.
That's so heavy what you're bringing out of one. You said, if I may, you said, how can America expect to remain in power when they create so many enemies abroad. Okay, so there's a scripture in Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 7. If I may bring it out, sir.
Go ahead.
Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 7. It reads, if I may start at verse 6. It reads, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Verse 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them. So when it, you know, when it says booties, you know, it's saying that America is gonna be spoiled, you know, but that's so heavy out of wine because it can't last forever.
No,
you know, it can't go on forever. And even as we speak, it's nations outside of this country that hate the fact that America is trying to go all over the world pushing the agenda. The alternative, you know, agendas. Everybody ain't with it.
Yeah, right. You know, they like you know, not me cut you off, Slocky. You know, they trying to be like the world police. You know what I'm saying? They want to police. They want to govern everybody across the world. And like you say, they got this agenda. We know what their agenda. You know, and Putin is not down with it. This homosexual, this gay. I said we got the gay military of them, man. And it's so funny, you know. They trying to push this you know, this sodomite style
agenda
across the world, and everybody ain't hearing it. You see what Putin said. Putin said he don't give a damn about the homosexuals over in America. He about that life. He about that warfare. You know what I'm saying? And y'all not welcome. And y'all not welcome to be my neighbors and stuff. So he, you know, look how he protecting his border. That's all he doing. And look at what they doing down in Africa right now. You know, they making homosexuality illegal. You know what I'm saying? They are not playing. They're not with the agenda that America is trying to push on everybody. Go ahead. No,
you know, they was like rounding a lot of them up, and you know, they were rounding them up, gathering up. You know, like, hey, y'all got to get the death penalty.
Yeah.
And look, Obama, he was an American president. He tried to go bring that down to his own people rejected him.
People rejecting. It's crazy. Everybody's not trying to have that forced on them. And that's and they're willing to go above and beyond to fight against it. You know, we're not going to be carnal about it, but we will speak on. We will show Israel their transgressions. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, for time's sake, with this town, Jody Town, you know, they building this place. They pretty much had, like I say, they had their mindset in the right place, but you know, their intentions of, you know, building up Esau, making him, you know, making his military greater, and you know, and the part of the people that would join the American military, you can, you could never join this place, a place that the same military that destroy you. You think you could join it and make it better? No, you can't. It just is. It's not. It's not logical. It's not ours. It's theirs. No, nobody want to lose what they actually got. You know what I'm saying? America been had us for over 400 years exactly where they want us.
That's right.
They don't want to lose their position. Whenever somebody's in a good position, it's a bad position for us, but it's a good position for them. They don't want to lose that position, and it's retarded to think that we could join them to help them get rid of how can I say it, to convince them to give up their position of rulership. Does that make sense?
Wow.
No, sir.
No, it doesn't make it doesn't make sense. We're joining our oppressor's police department. We're joining his military to help keep him in power. You should want him to lose that power that he had, that he used to colonize you with. Wouldn't that be the most easiest thing? Wouldn't that relieve a lot of stress for all of us? I mean, really, I would be a hell of a lot stressed, less stressed if my oppressor wasn't in rulership.
Come on.
So why would I go help him fight all of his enemies, every nation on the face of the planet that he done made enemies with? Why should I give him that support base? It doesn't make sense. Go ahead.
Right, but a lot of our people, they have this foolish mentality that, we gotta change it from the inside. I watch when I get up in there, I can change the government, I can change the military, I can do it internally from the inside. I mean, if I do this and everybody else see me doing this, then maybe more people will start, cashing on and this, that, and the third, and you gotta get the wheels go. We got the wheels. No, you can't get the wheels generated. You can't get the wheels spinning. Because Esau, you think Esau gonna let you just come in? It may sound good on paper, but that's not all it sounds good on.
Yeah, right. Them treaties sounded good. It sounded decent on paper after all the wars and all the murdering and robbing stuff he already had done. Right. Them treaties sounded good on paper, but the devil sat there and broke every last one.
That's right.
He broke every last one. So,
right.
He just can't be trusted. You know what I'm saying?
Go
ahead.
You're absolutely right. He cannot be he can't be the oppressor and our savior at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I yield.
Yeah, and that's right. That's heavy because the Bible in 1 Corinthians 10 and 20, it tells us not to fellowship with devils.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Devils are deceivers. If they deceivers, we shouldn't be fellowshipping with them, eating with them. We shouldn't be joining their military, and the police department and brotherhood when they hit the slave patrol. What you gonna you don't have no other choice than to slave patrol your own people.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just only thing logical about it. You know what I'm saying? What you will actually be doing, you're not doing it for the greater good. You know what I'm saying? You can't change his system from the inside. It has to be done away with.
That's right.
It's done away with. And you have to be separate from it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's all I pretty much had on in Jody Town, is just to talk about, a community of black people came together, small community, and the thing that they were able to build on their own when they was really on their own. You know what I'm saying? They were able to build up that town, build up that community, and still build up the oppressor Air Force base at the same damn time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And no type of appreciation from the oppressor whatsoever. You're not gonna get it from him. You're not gonna get it from them. So with that, I got
Slack
another.
it.
Go ahead.
If I may.
Go ahead.
You said our people was able to build up the oppressor's airport.
Yeah, the Air Force Base.
I thought we were lazy though.
Yep, that's what they say. They say we lazy as hell. We lazy as hell. We built up a community across the railroad track, across the road. Thrive wonderfully at the same time building up their Air Force Base for their military. Our lazy ass did all that according to the oppressor. Mind baffling, I tell you.
Come on.
Yeah, but I got another town here in Georgia was we call Pinpoint, Georgia. Pinpoint, Georgia was located a few miles outside of Savannah. I'm gonna read an article about Pinpoint if I have. You might have enough time. I'm sorry, man. So lucky for being late. A lot of fewer things I won't maybe not be able to get to talk to, but just to get a good understanding. Do anybody know what redistricting is?
Redistricting.
If not, for time's sake, I read to you, let you know what redistricting is. And again, kind of get tongue tied, hard to say it sometimes, but it's one of the tactics that our oppressors use when it comes to voting and things like that. Redistricting, the redrawing of congressional and other legislative district lines following a census, meaning border within borders, with living quarters in certain in the towns and things like that. And it says to accommodate population shifts and keep districts as equal as possible in population. So when it come to voting, they say they're trying to keep it where each district in the county has some type of equality when it comes to voting. Now, who do you think that's for? Did you get what I was saying? It's saying it was population shifts to keep districts as equal as possible in population. Meaning, like when people moved into a town or something inside the county, you know, according to how many, you know, a lot of towns they grow by thousands. You know, certain cities they grow by thousands every year when people moving into them. So, in order to be able to go to the polls and stuff and vote and make it seem fair, you know what I'm saying? The voting lines and stuff would move. You get what I'm saying? According to how people would move into the communities and stuff. But who did that help? Think about the equality that they using it for. I pretty much gave it to you. You know, it wasn't for us. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been fighting for equality since God knows when, right? So they would use that redistricting tactic to move borders according to how they want to vote for certain elects and stuff like that. That's why the Bible was that's why the Bible was so on point when it was telling us, you know, choose your elect. You know, we should be voting for our people. We should be in the oppressors. We should be doing the same thing the Africans doing, not going to the polls and vote. The Chinese man, he ain't going to the polls and vote. The Japanese man ain't going to the polls and vote. But they still able to build up their own communities and stuff here and build up their own towns and stuff right here in the United States of America. You know what I'm saying? They still able to do those type of things through just by coming together, buying up land, buying up LLCs and things of that nature and stuff like that, you know, getting trusts and, you know, and just building up. Go ahead.
Buying land that they stole from us.
Yeah, pretty much.
Tricked out of tricked us out of.
That's exactly what they were doing. And so in this town called Pinpoint, Georgia, you know, it was another Freeman town. And I'm gonna read about it. Pinpoint is an unincorporated community. You know what I'm saying? That means a community, in other words, that, like not registered. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's in Chatham County, Georgia, United States. It is located 11 miles southwest of Savannah and is part of Savannah Metropolitan Statistical Area. Pinpoint is 1 mile wide and 1.6 mile long and lies 13 feet above sea level. This town is best known for its long-standing Gullah speaking community. And we over here in Georgia, South Carolina, we're known for our Gullah Geechee. Gullah means the language, like the Ebonics, the slang that we talk. Geechee is pretty much the people. And it's like a mixture of what they would consider Afro-American language and Creole mix. And there's a lot of people in that area that still speaks the language. And it says a rural settlement founded by freed people. We also call freemen, you know, after the abolishment of slavery post-Civil War. It was settled in the 1990s by people from nearby I.S.U.P.K, Green, and Skidaway Islands. These were Israelites, pretty much, and from people from the tribe of Reuben, Gadites. You know what I'm saying? These were a mixture of these people, these northern natives. And it says in 1897 they founded Sweetfield of Eden Baptist Church. In 1926, as part of the school, as part of a school building initiative for African American children in the South, who at the time also had access to underfunded segregated schools. A Rose Wall school was built in the Pinpoint community. And I want to read. And I think it was kind of heavy right here. I want to read to you about this Rosen Wall. I just found out this right here recently about this agency, about the school where I went and how they did and how they went about. The Rosenwald School Project built more than 5,000 schools. I want y'all to listen to this good now. The Rosenwald School Project built more than 5,000 schools. I'm gonna make a point. at the end of this. So listen carefully. 5,000 schools, shops, and teacher homes in the United States, primarily for the education of African American children in the South during the earlier 20th century. Now, that's not ran by us.
God.
It's not ran by us. For time's sake, I'm gonna go ahead. The project was the product of the partnership of Julius Rosenwald, a Jewish American clothier who became part owner and president of Sears, Roebuck and Company. I don't know how old y'all is. Y'all remember Sears and Roebuck?
Come.
My mama stayed shopping now. Stayed shopping now. But peep this. And the African American leader, education, and philanthropist Booker T. Washington, who was president of the Tuskegee Institute. The need arose from the chronic underfunding of the public education of African American children in the South, as Black people had been discriminated against at the turn of the century and excluded from the political system in that region. Children were required to attend segregated schools, and even those did not exist in many places. We didn't have a whole lot of schools. Rosenwald was the founder of the Rosenwald Fund. He contributed seed money for many schools and other philanthropic causes to encourage local community commitment to these projects. Meaning that, you know, he put up money, but he also enticed the people in the community and stuff to help put up money to help fund these schools and stuff, you know. For some to be built and some on to be, you know, refurnished or whatnot. And it says he conditioned the funds support on the local communities, raising and matching funds to promote collaboration between Black and white people. He wanted Black and white people to collab on these projects and stuff with him. Rosenwald required communities to also commit public funds and or labor to the schools, as well as to contribute additional cash, donations after construction, which your program, millions of dollars were raised by African American rural communities. We raised millions of dollars to go in with these devils to build their schools and stuff. Wow. And it says across the South to fund better education for their children. And white school boards had to agree, listen to this, we will fund this stuff, we were funding these white people to help build our schools to get better education for our children. But listen to this, and white school boards had to agree to operate and maintain the school. Can you just stay the hell out of our business?
Right.
Damn. I mean, we helped build this damn country. We didn't say, we done built this courthouse, let us come in here and work in. You know, we didn't have to come and join none of your stuff that we helped you build. Not like that. Not like that. We talking about a segregated time period. Well, we knew we were segregated. We weren't trying to join those stuff, but then before Martin Luther King, you know, we wasn't trying to be a part. We wanted our own stuff, but we had to agree. The white people had to agree to operate and maintain our school. That means what they did, the same thing they did with the damn hospitals, the damn the churches and stuff like, especially the churches. A lot of the churches we didn't build them on. We didn't build them on our own. The prayer houses and stuff, all that stuff was funded by devils. Mm-hmm. You know, they had to maintain, they had to help operate and maintain our prayer houses and their churches and stuff like that, and make sure we were teaching that slave doctrine, that colonizing doctrine. They were making sure that we taught it correctly, according to their liking.
That's right.
That's what the I.S.U.P.K be trying to warn you, Negro, warn you, Israelites. You know, like the scripture said, we got to be taught again.
That's right.
To be teaching, we got to be taught again.
That's right.
We can't be taught about we can't be taught by our oppressor.
That's right.
How can your oppressor teach you anything other than to keep following him and letting him oppress you?
Right.
It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy that we can't understand the obvious. This man don't want what's best for us.
That's right.
That's why he feel like he got to have He got to have his damn nose in everything.
Every single thing, Adawan.
Everything. Why couldn't we have managed to maintain it? We just built you a goddamn. We just built you an Air Force base.
Come.
We done built you one of the world greatest Air Force bases. God damn, we got a school now. Can we have this? Can we have this? No, according to the damn oppressor. And this Rosenwald project, that's how they operated. They built so many schools and stuff for black people and stuff like that. And they maintain them and stuff like that. And it says, despite this program, by the mid-1930s, white schools in the South were worth more than 5 times per student what black schools were worth per student in majority black Mississippi. This ratio was more than 13 to 1. Damn. How did this lazy ass people that built up this country be worth less than the damn and the folks said, no, we need to pick ourselves up by our bootstrap. You know, the people that enslaved us, they ain't doing a damn thing.
That's right.
But robbing the hell out of us, they worth more.
Right. So I can.
Go ahead.
Like I always say, we are their bootstraps, but they want us to pick ourselves up by our bootstraps.
Right.
How does that make sense?
Right. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Well, you know, like these Negroes, they comfort in that position. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it says the town lies on the edge of the Shipyard Creek, a branch of the Moon River. The surrounding land has large oak trees and coastal marshes, as well as crab and oyster habitats. The main employer of the community was crab and oyster canning from the 1920s to the 1980s. What was the name? Yeah. And this is a black community. Like I say, a whole town just full of free black people, you know what I'm saying? And their descendants and their children and stuff like that. This was a very, very popular area at this time, you know what I'm saying? And read a little bit more. Pinpoint remains a small, predominantly African American community that has well-established Gullah community. The Gullah people have been able to preserve many cultural connections to their origins in West Africa, where many of their ancestors were captured and then enslaved in the United States. Somebody get me the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Come on, sir.
Baba Kashaw. Let me know when you got it. You know, this is the Gullah Geechee people telling you, you know, that hey, you know, all of us ain't from here. You know what I'm saying? We were part of this Atlantic, you know, transatlantic slave trade. You know what I'm saying? We came, a lot of our folk, we got record. Well, a lot of our folk came from the west part of Africa. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be sad if I got out here and didn't read no Bible scriptures, y'all.
Now it says they were keeping the ancestral cultures, but in reality, they're keeping the Israelite culture. They don't know it.
Come.
Right. We gonna. I got a little time, man. God, we're gonna try to get into it, man. We're gonna try to get into it. A good point. I got it lined up.
Okay.
You got that book of Deuteronomy 28:68.
Come, sir.
Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
And see, that's what the Gullah people were talking about right here about their people. Those were Israelites. The Gullah Geechee people are Israelites. You know what I'm saying? They came here by the way of ships from Egypt. They were going to be put into Egypt again. America is the new Egypt, because Egypt means bondage, and America is a house of bondage. When you a slave, you're in bondage, and that's what it's saying here. You know what I'm saying? It said where many of their ancestors were captured and then enslaved in the United States. And like I say, America is Egypt. You see everything that oppressed, all the obelisks and stuff that was brought over from the Egyptian time, Egyptian eras and stuff. You can't go anywhere now unless you see an obelisk in the cemeteries and built inside the church infrastructure and Confederate monuments and stuff. You see obelisks every goddamn where, because America is Egypt. The same thing we done over there in Egypt was brought over here to the Americas. You know what I'm saying? And it says, Gullah, the only English-based Afro-Indigenous Creole language in the United States, is spoken in pinpoint. It is known how many native speakers that were in the town, but along with the southeastern seaboard, there are about 5,000 semi-speakers and 300 native speakers. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas is a native speaker of Gullah, then called Geechee. He has attributed his silence on the Supreme Court to his self-consciousness speaking in an all-white school as a teenager, where classmates made fun of him for not speaking standard English. Pinpoint Heritage Museum, once the Varn and Sons Oyster and Crab and Canning Factory, is devoted to the Gullah Geechee culture and community. But all that is so mixed up. You know what I'm saying? It's so messed up because this Varns and Son place is ran by oppressors. And I wish I had time to, it was in my, if I had got here on time, I would have played the documentary video of it and gave you the breakdown. These were Israelites and living in this town. The oppressor came there and seen doing along that coastline of the crab. It had so many crabs, so many oysters and stuff like that, that he decided to put a business there with what the Varns and Son oyster and crab canning business. And it was and it became like a a life for the inhabitants and stuff there. They're saying that that's our culture, but we know, according to the Bible, if you can, get me in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 3.
Common sir.
You got to remember, our oppressor is he is a devil, which is a deceiver. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have any truth to him. He doesn't mind deceiving his people, our people, anybody else to accomplish any of his wicked goals, with any of his wicked ambitions in life. You know what I'm saying? It's just who he is. You got that out.
Come on, sir. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14 and verse 3. Thou shalt not eat any abominable thing.
It's saying right here, that we should not eat any abominable things. Abominable things are things that God hates. And if you're a child of God, you know what I'm saying? You God's people, you God chosen people. It's an abomination unto you. You should hate it. You know what I'm saying? Give me the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 9. But all the saying that the oppressor that is writing this article is saying that, oh, this is the Gullah Geechees culture. It is our culture. The hell you say? It's not our culture. It just, you done stole our identity and our culture and everything from us. So we're not following the Bible just clearly say it's an abomination. You know, it's abomination to the Most High God. It's a commandment that we not do these things. So you mean to tell me it's our culture not to follow our God, our law, statute, commandment, the law that was given to Israel and nobody else? So you said it's our culture not to obey our God? That, oh, we just supposed to obey you, our oppressor. That's what it sounds like it's saying to me. You got the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 9.
Come on, sir.
Go ahead.
Come on. Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. Whatsoever has fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
Yeah, it's telling you right there that, you know, the things that that you can't eat, you know, the thing that have fins and scales that's in the rivers and the waters and stuff like that, those things you can't eat. But do oysters and clams and crawfish, crawdads and stuff like that, do they have skins and scales? I mean, damn, salaki, skins and scales and fins? They don't have those type of things. So we shouldn't be eating that. It's our culture. It's our culture. Stay away from them things. You know, so on top, we know that our oppressor is lying. Of course, when we read the Bible, when the Bible clearly gives us and shows us what our culture really is. The Most High God gave us our culture. Didn't no oppressor, didn't no Caucasian trying to keep it clean. I want to call him a name. Somebody I gotta give him another name. That wicked person, this Caucasian wicked person that ruled the earth, you know, he didn't originally give us our culture. You know what I'm saying? But we make, by us not keeping our culture and we take on his culture, we make him filthy rich.
That's right.
We make him filthy rich, and we keep him in his position in rulership because we are following his culture. We adopting his culture instead of keeping our own culture.
Come on.
When we start keeping our own culture, only then will we get ahead.
Come on.
We can't get ahead if we don't keep our own culture. Give me the next verse, verse 10.
Come on, sir. Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 10. And all that have not fins nor scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
And that's telling you all the things that are in the rivers and the oceans and in the lakes and ponds and stuff that that doesn't have fins and doesn't have scales to water. You know, we shouldn't be eating that type of stuff. So who we gonna listen to? I know who we've been listening to. We've been listening to the man that been signing our paychecks and paying us up front of the table. according to what I've been reading, not in the Bible, but when I read the newspaper and read the articles and stuff, that's what I'm reading. We listen to the people who writing our paychecks and paying us under the table, rather than listen to the Most High God. Instead of listening to what the Bible is actually telling them. You know what I'm saying? Drop that, give me verse 12.
Come on, sir. Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 12. Whatsoever hath no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you.
Yeah. we should be on the same page as the Most High God. That should be something hated to us. Like I say, them the Most High God cleaning supply. Them creatures right there, them oysters, them crawdads and clams and stuff, they eat all the bacteria and stuff out the waters and stuff. They clean, they help clean, keep the water clean for the fish that we do supposed to be eating.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Con.
But we've been lied to by oppressors, and we think they are delicacies.
Con.
Crab boys and stuff like that. Good grit, man. Oh, the nightmares I get when I was in the world and tried that stuff. I'm allergic to shellfish. You know, that what the Most High God did to me. I can't be around it while it's being cooked. If somebody cooking something on the stove and the steam go in the air, and I inhale some of the steam, I could. Oh my God! You talking about irritation? Can't breathe, eyes swell, ears swell, throat swell. Oh man, you talking about a god awful feeling.
That's how you know the Most High, he don't want you eating it.
Damn.
He making you a lot of Israelites are allergic to shellfish, shrimp, crabs, and lobsters. You get iodine poison. What's that telling you? If you get iodine poison from eating shrimp, what's that telling you?
It told me it wasn't no damn delicacy. I wasn't supposed to be eating it. Yeah, damn. Right. But yeah, you know, if it don't have fin, come on, we can't be cherry picking out this Bible, man. You know, if the book say don't do it, don't do it. But if it say you can do it, it's okay if you do it. You know,
Salakis out of one.
Go ahead.
I have met. I ran across, you know, a sister that she loved these abominable, you know, seafood dishes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she knew that they would she knew that she was allergic to them. So she would take a Benadryl before she eat it. And she still just so she can still eat the crab and all of these abominable things.
You know, it's a scripture for that about justifying sin, trying to justify wicked deals. She would take the benefit to try to justify her eating something that was wrong.
Salaki, sir, she would take Benadryl medication.
Yeah, con. You know, instead of they taking heed to the signs. Yeah, the scripture. You know, and it's crazy. You know that, but that Israel for you. We'll stiff neck people. We'll stiff neck people. And like I say, you know, we do this because we choose to listen to our oppressor. Because we can see our oppressor. That's why I say about Christians. Christians see their oppressor. They can see who oppressing them. But when it comes to God, who they can't see, you know, they'll put everything he got, his commandments and everything. They put all that on the back burner. Because they're like, I ain't seen, in their mind, I ain't seen God. Them same one be going to church on Sunday. Be at that had a full Sunday dinner or whatnot, a feast at the church. They had a honey glazed ham back there in the back with the pineapple and the little grape now praying over it. Lord, thank you for this food that I'm about to see for the nourishment of my body. We're sick people, man. You know, we sick. We praying over abomination, thinking, you know, it's nourishment. You know, like Lord go make it nourishment for your body. When He already said it, poison, don't you eat it. It's an abomination. But we think we could pray over it and make it okay. And just like the Israelite down here in Pinpoint, Georgia, that I'm talking about right now, they think they can get out there, work these waters and stuff, eat these food, and pick them and process them to can them up for these heathens for them to be sold all across the world, as if God wants that, you know. But there's another town that is still on the map. It's an unincorporated town, but it's declining. And just like Jody Town, These same inhabitants that been there all their life, they want their children to come back to try to keep their heritage and stuff going. But it's not really your heritage. You doing unclean things in this earth is not your heritage. I say inheritance, I meant heritage. You know what I'm saying? It's not your heritage. According to the Bible, it's not your culture. So, you know, the Most High God don't want that to stand.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You try to keep it going for the wrong reason. You know what I'm saying? Instead of adhering to the truth.
That's right.
The word of the Most High God. You know, this stuff is an abomination. You done made that oppressor rich. You know what I'm saying? That place is closed down now, but they done turned it into a museum down now. You know what I'm saying? It's a museum down now. You know, maybe one day I head down to Savannah, I got some free time, I go down there and check it out. But you know, that's Most High Christ. You know, we got to wake up from that and realize who we follow. Are we really trying to follow God, or are we trying to follow our oppressor? Give me the book of Romans chapter 1 verse 25.
Come,
we got to be mindful of who we following. Your teacher matters. The person who is teaching you, the person who is leading you, it matters. It matters more than anything. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, if they ain't got no truth in them, then, hey, everything you doing, everything you learn in your time, all that's in vain. You got that?
Come on, John, sir. The book of Romans, chapter 1 and verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie?
Hold it right there. It says, who changed the truth of God into a lie? You know, God says it's abomination to eat these things. So if you know it's an abomination to eat them, it's an abomination for them to be packaging them up and selling them to their people for them to eat. So who changed the truth of God into a lie? We done already said it, but shit, let's keep going.
Come on. And worship and serve the creature more than the creator.
Yeah. You serving the hell out these damn oysters and crabs and stuff. I ain't serving the creator. I ain't doing none of his will. That's right. You ain't doing none of the creator's will, but you serving the hell out these damn seafood, making your oppressor rich and making your people sick. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, Christians do not. They don't want to read the Bible, nor they want to follow it neither.
Right.
Or they just want to read some of it. Like I say, back to the cherry picking part, they just want to read some of it and follow some of it. You know, the whole, and they'll sit there and tell you out their own mouth, the whole book ain't valid. It ain't valid. You know, is that it on that?
There's some more, Adawan.
Go ahead.
Who is blessed forever. Amen.
Yeah, who is blessed forever. You know what I'm saying? I want to be blessed forever, but you can't be doing no abominable things to one another, to yourself and one another, and expect to be blessed. It just doesn't work that way. Give me the book of John, chapter 8, verse 44.
Come.
Damn, I wish I had time. I could have played that documentary just to listen to them Gullah Geechee talk that old country talk like we be talking and stuff like that. You know. Hey, I like watching the video, just listen to how they talk. You know, and how we talk. You know. Yeah, we might have to, man. It suck I got here late, man. But hell, I still had another old town to talk about.
Come on, sir. I have it.
Go ahead.
Come on. The book of John, chapter 8 and verse 24.
44.
Salaki. The book of John, chapter 8 and verse 44. Ye are of your father, the devil. And the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it.
And see, that devil is talking about in that scripture. It is your oppressor.
That's right.
That one that changed the truth of God into a lie. You know, and so when we out here in the earth, our job as slaves is to fulfill his lust. He has a many lusts in his world. Whether it's murder, whether it's murdering, raping, robbing, you know, all those are part of his sick, twisted lust, you know. And when we listen to him and not God, the lust of the Father, we will end up doing. We will be out there in the water catching them shrimp, crab, and lobster, and oysters, and crabs and stuff, and eating them and selling them to our people, you know, all the while thinking they're a delicacy. You know, we'll do things like that, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, he been the way he was since the beginning. He been the way we was since the beginning. And like I say, you know, God ain't dealt with nobody but Israel. He ain't never been dealt with. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, he ain't going to truly in his heart think the thing that we talk about, our culture going to really apply to him. It just, anything that he can use for any type of beneficial gain, you know, he'll take full advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? No matter how good a job we do for him, whether we help him win his military, he's still going to kill us because he has a lust to kill. We can help his farming business excel. He's still gonna kill us in the field because that's what he loves to do. You know what I'm saying? He's still gonna do everything to reform us the way we think from the way that we should be, because he is a liar. He wants to change our original thought process. He doesn't want us to be, because like I say, if we start following God, law, statute, commandment, we're going to be on top. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going to be out here trying to destroy our own people, consciously or unconsciously. You know, we ain't going to want to do those type of things. We're going to come together and we're going to truly be part of the one body. We're going to start putting our money back together, buying up land, farming and stuff like that, buying up, you know, livestock and stuff like that, coming together, being one for real. And I'm talking about all the 12 tribes, us coming together, working together, and that's the way things supposed to be. But God wants us to follow Him and not our own preference.
That's right.
You know, and let me get. Let me get Jeremiah 2 and verse 33. We about to get ready to close it out.
Come on, sir. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 2 and verse 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked, Salakia, therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways.
Yeah. And why should we trim our way, you know, trim our way to seek love? In this documentary, you know, if you have time, you know, people out there in the world, you know, they're watching this, you know, you go watch a video of Pinpoint, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? These people talking about how much they love their boss. Yeah, boss, I love your boss. And boss, oh, he the greatest. He the greatest oppressor in the world. You know, they don't know what they could do without him. They don't know how they can live without him and stuff like that. When the oyster and crab, when the oysters and crab manufacturing died, we died. You know, like we just couldn't live without him and stuff like that. And he praising them like, oh, they such good workers. They God-fearing people and all this and that. You know, we trim it. We really trim it our way. You know, we really cut our culture off to be a part of our oppressor culture to really please him. Everything we did was really to please him, to fulfill his lust, and to keep him in rulership. Same way we talking about with, like I said, with the military and stuff like that. You know, we work hard to do that. And last couple of scriptures, look at in the Apocrypha. Give me the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2, verse 15. I mean, we do that so much, trim our ways and stuff like that to try to please these people. It bad enough we fight to be equal to them. You know what I'm saying? We always got to be the servant. You know, you just always want to be the always got that servant spirit. You don't act like a nation of people that want to rule the earth. God said he wants us to rule the earth. But you can't rule the earth with a servant mentality.
That's right.
You know, you can't rule the earth with a servant mentality. You know what I'm saying? You got that? The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2, verse 15.
Come, sir.
Go ahead.
Come. Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2 and verse 15. They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways.
He said they that, and see that with oppressor, the Varns, the Varn descendants, one of the family members that owned that oyster and crab canning facility. Yeah, where he said, "Oh, they're such God-fearing people. They such hard-working people, you know." And you know, the scriptures say, "They that fear the Lord would not disobey His word, and they that love Him would keep all His ways." That wasn't none of our ways. You know, us, you know, eating seafood and stuff like that, and selling our people. That wasn't our way. That was the ways of our oppressor. So no, they did not fear the Lord. So the Lord, when the Lord let that place shut down, that town went down. It went down. It wasn't as prosperous as it was, you know, as prosperous it was for our oppressor. It wasn't prosperous for us, even though they said that's the best that they were doing in their lives. It still wasn't prosperous for us. We were being destroyed. Give me next verse.
Come, verse 16. They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law.
Yeah. And see, they that fear the Lord will seek that which is well. You know what I'm saying? They should have been seeking the truth and understanding what they wasn't doing was well. It was other stuff that they could have been doing in that town. Other, you know, that close to the coast, whether you could have been out there catching other types of fish, lawful fish, or you know, planting peaches or soybeans or anything. We could have been doing anything else at that time for ourselves and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We had all type of agriculture, horticulture stuff we could have been doing. Aquaculture and stuff we could have been doing, practicing, and being a more successful people. We should have just been coming together and putting our minds together and making these type things happen.
Come.
And it says, and they that love him will keep his ways. We ain't gonna we keep his ways. Keep his ways and pass the Lord ways on down from generation to generation of our children. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And not taking on the culture of our oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I say, his whole way of life is about, you know, about destroying God's chosen people. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, it's high time we wake up. And
That's
with
right.
that, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and end it right there at 9:13. With that, we are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yahanna. And I'm Officer 500 Gashon, and I will be passing class on to Increased officer of 50, Marissa. Over there, it got all right.
I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We are at I.S.U.P.K. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8 through 10, means 10th in the Hebrew, my Ishra, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations will be Memorial of the Blowing of the Trumpets, Friday, September 15th, Leviticus 23:24 through 25. Remind Akim and Akwath to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headbands, and scarves. And with that, one courtesy salute to the teacher. Oh, Salakia. And we are at 3353 Glenwood Road, Decatur, Georgia. And with that, give one courtesy salute to the teacher, Man Israel, Amajim. Oh, sorry. Man Israel, Amajim, Amajim Sabat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Bashem. No sisters in the class, Yamatat. Oh, Salakia. And what I said, translated from Hebrew to English, is Lord, in the name of Christ, bless you. Yamatat, hands down, class dismissed.
I got you.
For so long you've been sighing and crying, begging for justice, and here the Lord is bringing you justice right here to your streets.
CDI. I would never known nothing about the little towns like that. Like, damn, that's interesting.
Oh yeah, they got